The 2013 class produced several fine offensive talents. Many of them were, clutch performers in big games. Many of them put up numbers. But in my opinion, if you're going to make a list of offensive rookie of the years, and you truly do want, the best, candidates for the position, there's really only two guys you can go with. Eddie Lacy for the Green Bay Packers, running back out of Alabama, and Keenan Allen, wide receiver, the San Diego Chargers out of Cal University. Now, a lot of people have both conflicting arguments. Some people say, well, Keenan Allen was a more integral part of his offense in terms of his passing game, and the fact that, the Chargers won a playoff game, went on the road, won a playoff game, they have blasted a better postseason. Some of the Eddie Lacy camp are going, he carried the load when Rodgers was hurt, he made the Pro Bowl, that kind of thing. And for me, it's kind of a pick-up, because if you look at the rest of the 2013 draft class in terms of offensive production, there really is not a whole lot you can say other than those two guys. Giovanni Bernard had a really good year, over 1,000 total yards, and Zach Stacy had a pretty good year as a running back in St. Louis, and, DeAndre Hopkins for Houston, the receiver, had a great year. But if you really wanted to pick the most worthy candidate, it's got to be one of those two guys, either Keenan Allen or, Eddie Lacy. And who do I think deserves it more? I would have to probably say it's a toss-up. It really is. It's tough to decide on set. I can make an argument for either one. Give me a coin, I'll toss it right now and make the pick. Because, Eddie Lacy ran for over 1,000 yards, did a lot of it when Rodgers was hurt behind a crappy offensive line. He's the one running back to come out of Alabama that isn't a 3 yards in a cloud of dust running back. You've got that, and then you've got Keenan Allen, who had, an incredibly successful statistical year. And in big games for the Chargers, he was there. It really is a toss-up either way. In 15 games, Eddie Lacy ran for 1,178 yards and 11 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, 76 catches, 1,046 yards, and 8 touchdowns. And you look at the best years ever by a rookie wide receiver in terms of yardage, he had the 6th best year of all time, behind only A.J. Green, Terry Glenn, Michael Clayton, Randy Moss, and Anquan Bolden. But if I had to choose which one, I would have to pick in a very, very slim margin. I would have to pick Keenan Allen. And there's a good reason why. Because he kind of helped rejuvenate Phillip Rivers. And that Rivers, for his whole career in San Diego, other than Vincent Jackson and Antonio Gates, has not really had anybody to throw to. Vincent Jackson goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now he's got Keenan Allen, a guy that can make some plays for him. Now when teams are doubling up on Antonio Gates, he's got someone else to go to out of the pocket. I think it really helped Rivers this year. Keenan Allen down the stretch had a couple of big games, particularly in Denver, upsetting the Broncos. The guy had a great year. He had a really good year. And I think he's, but the slimmest of margins better than Eddie Lacy because he helped the Chargers keep on winning. When Eddie Lacy was having good games, the Packers weren't winning. And they were still getting a little bit of production out of the quarterback position. So I've got to go with Keenan Allen by the slimmest of margins. When I come back now, I'll be discussing the Defensive Rookies of the Year candidates. And it's a very, very interesting race to decide who should win that award. So stay tuned.